We're live. We're yes? Yes. Okay. Hello. Hello, everybody. We're live. Oh, that still makes me sad to look at. So, I'm Amanda Call. We're working on a comic page. This is chapter 25, page 3 of my webcomic, Age of Night. Last week, we started with this sheet of paper completely blank, and we ruled out all of the panel borders, and we did some perspective grids, and we roughed everything in, and I drew that much. One panel, sort of. So I am now going to attempt to finish the pencils on this page on the stream. I thought about it, and I looked at it, and I was like, do I want to finish this whole thing before the stream? Like, finish the pencils before the stream and then just start inking on the stream? Or do I want to finish the pencils on the stream? And there's a lot of pencils left, so we'll see. Maybe this will be the whole stream. Maybe I'll finish it really fast and then do a song and dance number for you for the rest of the hour. I won't do that. I won't subject you to that. I promise. Now we'll see where this takes us. So I was working on some of the other Age of Night pages, and I considered finishing this one up and then decided against it. Decided I'd save it to share with you, because usually if I don't have the pencils quite done one week, then I'll finish them just in my regular studio time and then just work on inks the following week. But I don't know, I kind of wanted to see this one through on the stream. I also still have my oh my word. I have my thumbnails and my script just out of frame here so that I can check and see what is happening in these word balloons so that everybody's expressions and body language matches still. I don't draw anything weird and incongruent. Okay. So after I make these kind of very simple mannequins, then I do another kind of pass between that and the finished pencils where I'm still kind of figuring out some of the details, like figuring out where stuff goes before really firming it up. Refining those shapes a little bit, getting them a little closer to the mark before I really commit to their final shape. Sometimes I'll just kind of jump straight from this stage to the finished pencils, but that's a little more unusual. So now I've kind of gotten a little more refined on where everything is on this figure, so then I'll just kind of finish up the pencils on this one figure. And then as I start doing that, I can also start cleaning up some of that underdrawing, making some of it go away. And then I realize maybe I missed the mark a little bit and I gotta adjust. It's okay. It's a very displeased expression. Clean up some of that underdrawing. I don't make myself too crazy trying to get every last stitch of it cleaned up, especially in areas where it's very clear that that is just underdrawing and not something I'm going to confuse myself with when I get to inking. Like, for example, like over here on like Gwen's skirt here, you can see the underdrawing of like where the form of her hips are, and obviously that's not what I'm going to ink, because what I'm going to ink is the vertical drape on her skirt. That's not something that's going to cause me to make a mistake later. If I were to be penciling this to then give to an inker, someone who is not me, who would be inking the pages separately, then I would certainly want to make sure that I had no stray marks or lines anywhere whatsoever, and that the only lines I had were ones that I intended to have committed to ink. So it's a different way you have to work when you've got to work with other people. But I'm the inker, so it's not something I have to worry about too much for myself. Now moving on to the next figure, doing the same kind of thing, just figuring out, narrowing down where some of this stuff is going to go. Especially a character like Gwen, who wears lots of layers, this is a very helpful step to kind of puzzle out where all those layers interact. Oh, that's a little too high. All right, but I'm not going to finish her up yet because it looks like Thel is actually going to be overlapping her a little bit. So we'll go ahead and move over here. All right. Right, his arms overlapping her. Fair deal there. We want to make sure we're clear that that's where that is. Okay. I need to sharpen my pencil. I'm getting a little bit dull. Start to firm up those details around his face. Still with that very withered look to his face. Ah! Ah! Runaway pencil. Good grief. tassels on his scarf. Someone's trying to talk to me. My messenger is boinging. People. I have done the stream at 8 o'clock on Tuesday night. Every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock. For months. Oh, although I should mention, next week I will be the first time in many months I will not be doing the stream at 8 o'clock on Tuesday. We will have to skip next week on account of I have oral surgery next Tuesday. Not looking forward to it. But I'm certainly not going to be up for talking. So sorry about that. Got his mismatched swords that I'm going to draw at a weird angle because it's more comfortable. Nope. That's too far over. The line of the sheath should be a little bit wider than the handle, but not like that much wider. All right, now we can come back here and finish up when back here. Just heard the door to my room creak. I was like, oh no. Children, you're supposed to be asleep. I think it was the cat. Fix that outline of her face. Now she's got like a mega neck. That is a way beefier neck than Wen should have. She is a tiny thing. She does not have a great big, thick, muscular neck. Okay, so there's the figures in that panel. And we're gonna got some lines in the background here. kind of converging on when, which is intentional. Let's see. This is a difficult angle to not make look completely goofy because like the roundness of the cheek is actually like blocking a lot of what you expect to see from features because it's not, I don't have her entirely side on. She's actually turned a little bit away. And so the roundness of the cheek there is actually blocking a lot of the lip. And it's tricky to do just so. I think her nose is sticking out a little too far. I think that's more or less working correctly. Kamaria's got a new pack as well. It doesn't. We'll do that. We'll do that. Trying to figure out, cut a couple of weird angles to the faces here. Ah! Just had a ladybug fly in my face. No, wait, I did that wrong. It's only 2. Her new outfit has a split down the back. Ugh. Why did I change my character's outfits? There's actually good reasons why, but it's just... Then I have to remember that they've changed, and that's difficult. When I've been drawing them the same way for years, and now I'm not drawing them that way anymore. I'm drawing them a different way. And then I'm just perpetually confused. And I've got eraser crumbs everywhere. Let's shake these off. Shake some of this off. Neaten up some of those lines on our little bedroll there. Although realistically, like, most of that's going to get covered by the word balloon that's going to go right here, but, you know, I don't know exactly which parts are going to get covered ultimately, so I still got to draw it. Although if I'm reasonably sure something's going to get covered with a word balloon, I just don't kill myself over drawing it. Stuff that I'm pretty sure is going to get covered gets like a, yeah, close enough treatment. Move that over just a little bit. Wen's little undercut situation there is getting pretty shaggy. It's been a long time. All right, there's the side of her head. Hello, thank you. Yeah, so I'm using the Prismacolor Cola Race Layout Blue. It's the 20044. I like it because it does erase very easily. Shows up nice and bright and dark, but is easy to pull out in your preferred photo editing software after you ink the page. So you don't have to worry about trying to completely erase them after you ink. Oh, and the ink goes over them really nicely too. They do not interfere with the ink absorbing into the paper or setting The ink covers them really nicely, unlike a lot of non-repro blues that I've tried that are very waxy, and like the ink didn't really like them. It tended to kind of pool and skip over them a little bit. I mean, among many other things that I did not like about non-repro blue. That's a look. That's some kind of look she's giving her there. This little extra pocket she's got here. And she's got her bedroll stowed below her pack rather than up top. Derp, 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 derp. Trying to turn this so that I can draw easier, and then I kind of wonder if I have really made things any easier on myself when I'm running into everything trying to do it. Alright, she's got a little side panel on her tunic there, or vest, or I don't know, whatever you want to call it. I'm sure there's a technical term for it that I'm just not familiar with. All right. The figures for that one. Get a little bit of a background situation in here. The background's pretty simple in this particular scene. We've got some rolling hills. From this angle, we're going to see the mountains back here too. All right, that's that panel. So now we're halfway through on the finished pencils for this page. Thanks. Yeah, so for digital copies, the easiest places that you can buy copies are going to be either on skirmisher.com. So that's skirmisher.com. They have a web store where you can get high quality PDFs of the first 3 volumes. You can also get it on Amazon if you want to get like an EPUB version instead of a PDF version. Either way, I make roughly the same amount of money, which there's that. So I do have the whole thing so far available for free on my website, ageofnight.com. But if you buy copies of it, you do get bonus material that is not published online anywhere. So there is that. It is updating all the time online. And the name of the series is Age of Night, just like in the title of this video here. And thank you so much. That's so nice of you. Actually, I don't think I'm going to have her expression be quite that yet. Adjust it slightly there. All right. All right, there's Wen all roughed in. No, I'm afraid I don't. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Enzo. I can read like a bare handful of words. So I'm sorry. Unfortunately, I do not. I have often wished that I could. Yeah, sorry. I'm sorry. All right, and then a lot of times you have to draw kind of out of frame in order to correctly get what's going to be in the frame, and I'll just erase that later, but if I want to actually make sure that's placed correctly, then I have to draw the whole ellipse out of the frame. Okay, there's that. And it's slightly more defined. Now we'll come back in and tighten that up the rest of the way. And need the teeny tiny eraser to clean up some of this. All these little details of the characters' outfits. What is that crazy angle? What is that? Let's smooth some of that out. That was a little pointy. Again, trying not to make myself too worried about this right here because word balloon. right. Maria's got a very sassy face on here, which is not unusual for her. Get some. Do I bother to eat? I'm not sure what that question is. I'm sorry. I don't know what your question is, Joe. I'm sorry. Do I bother to what now? It's okay. No. Yeah, I totally leave it. I absolutely just leave it. The blue I can pull out in photo imaging editing software. I use Photoshop, although I'm considering switching up to something different. I've heard a lot of good things about a couple other image editing softwares, so I may at long last ditch Adobe. Giving it some serious thought since my annual subscription renewal is coming up soon. So if anybody has any tips about other software they like. But yeah, it's really easy to just pull the blue out and just on the computer after you scan it in. So there's no reason to drive myself nuts trying to erase it all. I just leave it be. And do I have a page that's already posted? Yeah, this is a page that's already posted online, so you can see what the finished, like, it'll mostly get covered by the ink. You'll only see a little bit of it here and there in a few places where I didn't really erase much in the way of underdrawing. So it's not like it's super noticeable in the first place when I leave it on there. What time is it? It's already 8:50. My goodness. Almost done already for this evening. So I usually just keep these streams to about an hour because by the end of an hour, I need to get up and stretch. You should probably get up and stretch. We should all go get a drink of water. That sort of thing. All right, while I work on this last panel for the stream tonight, this one, we'll see if I can finish it in the next 8-ish minutes. Oh, I just dropped my pencil sharpener in the trash. Oh, no. Okay, I rescued it. It's been rescued. All right, while I work on this last panel before we call it for the evening, I will remind you of the things. I'm Amanda Call. This comic page that I'm working on is my webcomic Age of Night, which you can read at ageofnight.com. That's AGEOFNIGHT.com. I update with a new comic page every Wednesday. You can read it all online for free. You can also buy copies of it if you would like to help support me and get a little bonus material that you don't get to see online. It's available on Amazon in print and ebook formats. It's available on skirmisher.com in PDF. Oh, thanks. That's a really nice compliment. Also, if you're interested in supporting my comic making work, then you can always support me on Patreon. And that's at patreon.com/AmandaCall. Or no, not /AmandaCall, /Age of Night. Oh my gosh, I'm getting confused with my different platforms. /Age of Night, just like the webcomic address. Because primarily one of your biggest perks on Patreon is getting all the comic pages a week early. But you can get other cool stuff too, like free comics and more behind the scenes looks and that sort of thing. And if you like watching these live streams, I do one every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock Eastern, with the exception of next week. Next Tuesday, I will not be streaming because I'm having oral surgery, so I will not be in any sort of shape to stream next Tuesday, but I will return the Tuesday after. That'll be the 27th, I think. You can also follow me on Twitter at Age of Night and Instagram at Amanda Collart. I think that's all the things. That's it. There we go. That's a good pout. There's a good pout. I'm going to enhance the pout with a little bit of under eye action there. There we go. Now we've got a good proper pout going on. All right, so that is pretty much going to do it for this evening. At the start of the hour, I had my panels all laid out, everything roughed, and I had done these two figures here. Yeah, for sure. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you were able to hang out, and I love answering questions, so anytime. And all right, so in this hour, we put the finishing touches on this panel. We did all the figures for this panel, this panel, this panel, and this panel. All I have left is this one, eraser crumbs everywhere, is this one tiny little panel down at the bottom. So next time we come back in 2 weeks, the 27th, I believe, of April, we will be working on the background inks. So thanks everybody for hanging out, and I will see you next time. Bye.